What's happening, guys? I'm Paul Sharp, and if you know me, you followed any of the stuff I've posted on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that, or the various forums that I've posted on over the years, then you know I like a good challenge. And I'm always down to try something, see if it's possible, see if I can do it. One of the things that's always been on my mind, and I just haven't got around to doing it, is the physical fitness test for every state's police academy and fire academy. I've always wanted to do that, as well as the military branches. What are their fitness tests, their PFTs for each one of those groups, and also federal. So the federal law enforcement agencies, federal fire agencies, what tests do they demand of people as a barrier to entry? And it's heartbreaking. I'm just going to tell you now, I don't know how to say it. The bar is set so low, it blows my mind. When I first took the test to get into the police academy in 1997, started the hiring process, it wasn't impossible, but it was a good workout. It was at least a challenge. You had to run 1.5 miles in, I think it was like 11 minutes or so. Not crazy, but still, you got to be moving. You got to be trucking. The sit-ups, the push-ups, the sit and reach to test mobility. Yeah, there was a couple others. It wasn't going to put you in the hospital. You weren't going to get rhabdo from it or anything like that. But you definitely had to be in shape. It was a good workout. It was a good, like if I were going to say, hey man, let's get a workout in real quick, that would be something I would do. We could do that in 30 minutes or less and feel pretty good. Get a good like overall body movement. Yeah, all of that stuff. Those days are gone. Yeah, and even back then there was controversy, right? Because I'll read it to you. So I printed out some of these. This is Illinois, which is what I had to take. And even back then, for a male 50 to 59 years old, to take the test, you had to complete the 1 mile run. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but you had to complete the 1 mile run in 15 minutes and 26 seconds. Look over here. The female candidates, 20 to 29, that's their starting time. So the disparity was so, it creates issues, man. It creates issues because you're looking over at somebody and you're wondering, if you had to pick me up and carry me, if you had to push a car, do any of the things I have to do, could you? And yeah, anyway, not to get into all that, but I started looking through it, and yeah, the numbers even back then, like I said, it was a good workout. It wasn't going to kill you. It wasn't like we're weeding out 99 people and only keeping one, you know. But as I went through the new testing protocol in 2025, I really was kind of bummed because when I do these challenges, I want something that there's a possibility I might not be able to do it. That's the whole point of a challenge. If you look at the history of different things like the misogi in the Japanese culture, you're doing something that there's a 50 or greater % chance that you might not do it. You might not make it. And that's the whole point. You want to be challenged. You want to be pushed. I want growth. When I'm doing these challenges, when I ran 30 marathons in 30 days straight, the whole point was to maybe not make it. And there were days, many days, where I didn't think I could. And the same goes for any of the other challenges. 100 pull-ups a day, every day, for 100 days. Yeah, if you've ever done challenges, you'll understand there are so many things that come up that want to stand in the way. What I think is Pressfield refers to as resistance. There are so many things that will arise. Like you get to the end of the day and realize you haven't done your pull-ups. You got to get it done. You got to go do it. Oh, I don't have a pull-up bar at home. Figure it out. Grab a tree branch and knock out 100 pull-ups. Little things like that. I get sick, I hurt my shoulder, traveling, all these different things. All these things create resistance that want to force you to give up on the challenge. There is really nothing in any of these current 2025 PFTs that is a challenge. And that breaks my heart to say that. As somebody who always wanted to raise the bar, as somebody who always wanted to see the standards raised and challenged, who put myself purposely in divisions and assignments where I would be challenged, I would be pushed. The bar was constantly raised. One of the things I liked about being on the SWAT team was you had to, for the shooting qualification as an example, you had to shoot an 80 to pass. But once you got on the team, you realized that no longer counts. To stay here, you have to shoot at a much higher qualification score, which is based on the average of everybody's last qualification. So if everybody on the team, you take all their qualification scores and you average it out, and now the new standard is, say, 92. You have to shoot a 92 to stay on the team. I loved that. It pushed me. You would lose sleep. You would get anxiety over the next physical qualification test or the next shooting qualification test. There was so much drive to reach higher and to push yourself beyond your current limits. Yeah, and that's what you want from a challenge, right? So I thought I'd share with you a couple of the challenges. So the Illinois one, it's still pretty standard. It's pretty much not really changed a whole lot. You have to do sit-ups in a minute. So for a 20 to 29 years old, you have to do 38 sit-ups. You have to bench 99% of your body weight, and you have to run 1.5 miles in 12.51. So that's not too bad. That's a good workout. I would substitute push-ups for the bench if possible, but that's okay. That's not bad. Now let's look at the Oregon State Police physical fitness test. So there is a dynamic strength test, which is a push-up. It's not timed. You do as many as you can. For males, the minimum for age 20 to 29 is you have to be able to do 29 push-ups. I think I'll be able to do that. The strength test for sit-ups, 1 minute timed. You have to be able to do 38 sit-ups in a minute. That's age 20 to 29. So I'm giving you the highest numbers for all these. A 300-meter sprint in 59 seconds. Okay. A 1.5 mile run in 12 minutes and 30 seconds, or 12 minutes 29 seconds. Again, not bad. So let's look at California Highway Patrol. 25 sit-ups in 1 minute, 19 push-ups in 1 minute, a 1.5 mile run in 15 minutes, a 300-meter run in 70 seconds. Okay. Utah Highway Patrol, they do a vertical jump of 15 inches. Sit-ups, you have to do 25 in 1 minute. Push-ups, you have to do 16 in 1 minute. And then a 1 mile run in 15 minutes and 37 seconds. Nevada DPS, a 14.5 vertical jump, 30 sit-ups in a minute, 23 push-ups in a minute, a 300-meter run in 68 seconds, and a 1.5 mile run in 16 minutes and 57 seconds. So, yeah. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Idaho. All right, Idaho. A lot of these places are incorporating vertical jumps and that kind of thing now, which is interesting. That's pretty cool. The vertical jump, you have to be able to jump 14 inches in 1 minute. You have to be able to do 15 sit-ups. Am I reading that right? Can you guys see that? Am I reading that right? Does that say 15 sit-ups in 1 minute? Okay, 21 push-ups, I'm assuming in a minute. A 300-meter run in 77 seconds. That'll be fun. A 1.5 mile run in 17 minutes and 17 seconds. Yeah, they're serious. These, I'm not joking. You can look these up on their websites. Washington State Patrol, push-ups. You got to do 20 in 90 seconds. So it's not in a minute. They're giving you 90 seconds now. Sit-ups, you have to do 25 in 90 seconds. And you have to do 35 squat thrusts in 3 minutes. So basically a burpee without the jump. Or without the push-up. You just, yeah. Is that not heartbreaking? Do you, as a private citizen, does it bother you that the bar is that low? As a retired police officer, it bothers me. Even when I was on duty, when I was active, whatever you want to call it, when I was on the job, it bothered me that I basically could walk the 1.5 miles in the time they allowed for certain age groups and gender. Is that fair to the public? Is that fair to fellow officers? I mean, we serve the public first, right? The order, yeah, we serve the public. And if I'm of no use to the public because I can't even get myself up off the ground, I'm unhealthy. Yeah. Well, let's go on. Let's move on. Arizona State Troopers, 1.5 mile run in 14 minutes and 54 seconds, a 300 meter run in 61 seconds, and then push-ups, they have to do 30 in a minute, sit-ups 35 in a minute. That's pretty decent. That's not bad. I mean, that's like 1 every 2 seconds or so. That's all right. New Mexico State Police, 1.5 mile run in 15 minutes and 14 seconds, a 300 meter sprint in 71 seconds. They have to do 27 sit-ups in 1 minute and 15 push-ups in 1 minute. Now, Texas DPS and Oklahoma DPS, that was interesting, and maybe I missed something. If I missed something, let me know. I'm not 100% sure that this is correct. Texas DPS, you have a 1.5 mile run in 11 minutes and 33 seconds. That's good. And a 500 meter row in 1 minute and 18 seconds. Okay. For Oklahoma DPS, you have a 2,000 meter row in 8 minutes and 29 seconds. That's pretty interesting. I have not seen that before on a test. The row. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm still going to do the challenge. So I'm still compiling the tests for the fire departments and the federal agencies. And I have a bunch of buddies from the military that are sending me different physical qualifications, physical fitness tests from different units and all kinds of stuff within each military branch. And I'm going to knock it out. I'll do it all. I'll film it, let you guys see how it goes. Yeah. But I've got some mixed emotions about the state of things. I have friends that think the answer to everything for law enforcement is to make guys better shooters. You're going to put your hands on people 1,000 times more often than you're going to shoot, than you're going to have your gun in your hand. And yeah, and I have friends too, and I'm one of them. I'm one of the people that thinks every law enforcement officer should be minimum blue belt, if not purple belt, in jiu-jitsu by the time they hit the street, which is doable. If you think of your law enforcement career as starting in college, so your first year in college, that's 4 years of college before you get on the job, or 2 if they take an associate's. So that's 2 years. So in that time, if you train diligently and you get after it, you could be to a blue belt. If you compete a lot as well, You could be to a blue belt level, borderline purple belt. By the time you get on the job and get out of the academy, you could be a purple belt, at least a high level blue belt before you get on the street. Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on that. Maybe I'll do a separate video just on that, on my time on the job, my thoughts on what I saw, how I saw things, standards get lowered to accommodate or try to hire people who probably shouldn't be on the job because they don't meet the standard. And regardless of who they are, I want the most qualified person arriving at the door of my family when they call 911. So, be that as it may, back to this. I will knock this out. Once I get everything compiled, I'll let you guys know, make a post about it, we'll get after it. Maybe you guys will join me. Maybe you'll want to jump in with me and knock these out. They're not that hard, man. It's just fun. It's a way to get out and get moving. It's a way to maybe improve your fitness, and maybe you'll get some folks in your circle who aren't the most fit and get them interested in going out here and doing some of these just for fun. And also too, maybe it raises awareness to folks in the community that when you lower the bar, you end up with the things you see, these videos, all this other stuff, where you're like, how'd that person ever get hired? How'd that person ever get on the job? You lowered the standard. All right, man. Hey, enough of that. Time to go to work. I'm going to get the rest of these done. I've got a couple runs I got to get in today because, again, my Fighting Chance round 2 is locked in. We got a date. We've got a fundraiser page set up. We're already getting donations from the most amazing people in my circle who support me when I do these ventures. And yeah, we're going to raise some money for a good cause. So I got to get after it. I got to get some work done. You guys have a good one.